What is up, guys? It is Pup, your coach of the Green Bay Drilburs, and today we have week 2 of the Pokemon World Cup, Pokemon World Circuit, whatever, PWC. We're in the Pyrite Division, Wi-Fi, and if you haven't seen last week's video, please go watch it, and I'll give spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we had a crazy battle against a Shadow Galliad, Great Battler, and we ended up coming out victorious. I think we had a 3-0 dub off the back of Glamora. Cryogonal also put in an insane amount of work. But today we have no easy challenge as well. We're facing against Adem, and right now they lost their week 1 battle. They're sitting at 0-1 -2, but their team is really scary, and I definitely think that we could lose this easily. I mean, they have Iron Valiant, man. It's gonna be really hard to mess with that anyways. But we're gonna do our best. I'll go over both of our teams really quick. I got Cryogonal, my Terra Captain has to come. I've got the Masquerada, Enamorous, got Volcarona, Gliscor, Glamora, Empoleon, Dragalge, Girder, Spiritomb, and Chargebug. And then Adem, they have the Scrafty as their Terra Captain that will come to this battle. They have Iron Valiant, they have Heatran, Salamence, Ogerpon Wellspring, they have Hisui Gudra, Cleavor, they have, what's your name? Gastrodon, Alomomola, Coughing, and Pineco. So first off, looking at their team, Iron Valiant is a huge threat. Ogerpon's also a really big threat. They have free rocks in Cleavor. They have like a Dragon Dancing Salamence. The Scrafty can also be Dragon Dance. They have a lot of really nasty threats for my team. Hopefully that I can bring stuff to beat them, even though their team is crazy. They could bring easily like 9 of the Pokemon on their team. I really don't think Coughing or Pineco comes, but the rest of it is a really fair game, and it's all really good against me. So let's just jump into what I'm bringing. I'm gonna bring Girder. As you can see, I have a crazy Chinese EV spread here. EV's in literally 5 stats. And so the point of this thing is I've got max HP, got some attack, defense, special defense, and speed. So I can live like 2 Jolly Power Whips from the Ogerpon, or like I can live 1 + 2. I can do decent damage back with a Drain Punch or Poison Jab. And then obviously I have Mach Punch to pick them off as well. I can also eat a modest Moonblast from the Iron Valiant, which is kind of crazy. I'll eat, like, if they're timid with a Expert Belt, I can eat that, which I feel like timid is what they would run, because modest is not free based on my speed tiers. But even if they are modest, I can eat 1 from full, and I can 2-hit KO them with Poison Jab. So if I catch them on a switch in with Poison Jab, then I can live 1 more Moonblast and Poison Jab them again. This thing also eats hits from the Heatran. It can just can just Drain Punch. I have Guts, so if they end up burning me, then it's just gonna power me up anyways. I have Knockoff that really hits the Salamence decently hard. This thing also switches in on the Gudra well to Drain Punch that thing, get all my HP back. And it's also decent into their walls. I can do a lot of damage. If they end up trying to Toxic me or burn me, then I will be able to get massive amounts of damage. The speed on this thing is to make sure I outspeed like a Gastrodon in case they try to speed creep me, which I really don't see happening, but even if it does, I'd rather outspeed it, get some really nice damage off, knock off, and Drain Punch. So that's it with this thing. It's a pretty key member to our team that can always stop the Ogerpon or Valiant. Next we have a Choice Scarf Glamora. My speed tiers in this are actually pretty decent, but I thought that running 1 Scarf would be really important. I want to make sure that I can get over that Cleavor if they end up running a Scarf Cleavor, and Glamora actually has 86 base speed versus Cleavor's 85, so that's perfect. I can easily lead this thing, throw off a Power Gem, which will destroy that thing. Energy Ball, Earth Power, and Sludge Wave also is just crazy into their team, and making sure that I can like outspeed the Ogerpon, outspeed a Salamence that is not invested, and outspeed a Iron Valiant that has no booster is really great. And this thing can honestly just destroy their team depending on what they bring and what kind of situations I get it into. Next up, we've got Cryogonal. Rockin' Terra Ground this week. That's for the Heatran. We have Expert Belt with Freeze Dry, Rapid Spin, Terra Blast, and Flash Cannon. This thing, if I can get it in and get some hits off, I can really destroy most of their team. I have a good chance to one-shot like Ogrepon, Salamence, Heatran, Gastrodon as well if they're not especially defensive. I also just do massive damage to like the Goodra, the Aloe, even Kleavor, and I do a lot with Flash Cannon to the Iron Valiant. If they end up bringing a special offensive set, then I can eat those hits. If they end up bringing physical, then close combat will knock me out even after I Terra. But if they end up bringing like special with Moonblast, then I can always eat at least one of those, probably two, because I just have a massive base special defense. And I do think that special looks better into me because if they run physical, then they kind of can get walled by Gliscor, depending on if they want to bring Ice Punch or not. But I feel like special looks better, so this thing could be very nice into that Valiant. Third up, we're going to have Volcarona running a very defensive set. So this thing is here, it stops the Iron Valiant. It's also really good into Scrafty if they don't end up bringing like Stone Edge. I've got Morning Sun, Flamethrower, Giga Drain U-Turn on heavy duty boots in case they do get those rocks up. And this thing can easily sponge hits, sponges close combats, and it sponges Moonblasts. If they want to like throw off Psyshock, it doesn't even do that much damage to me either. The only thing that's scary is like a Calm Mindset or like Encore. Could be pretty scary into me. But I'm not too worried about that because Flamethrower does about 60% anyways. So if they try to Calm Mind in my face, I'm not even sure if they would survive an extra Flamethrower unless they're some sort of bulky Valiant set. We also have U-Turn, so we can get out of there just in case. And if they're a Calm Mind set with no booster, then I can go into Glamora and hit them with a really hard Sludge Wave to knock them out, even if they get up to like +2. This thing is really good into that. If the Salamence doesn't have dual wing beat, then it's really good into that. It can also deal with the Goodra. It can deal with like the Heatran. It's just a really nice defensive pivot to have on my team, and I thought that it was really necessary for beating the Iron Valiant. Then in my 5th slot, we got Protective Pads, Meowscarada, Protean. This is just so I don't get burned by the Heatran that comes in when I click Triple Axle or Knockoff. Also, Flower Trick is really good into their team with their 2 defensive water types. Probably only one of them comes, and it's probably the Alomomola, because if they do bring Gastrodon, then they have 3-4 times weaknesses to Freeze Dry on Cryogonal. I mean, if they do that, I mean, I'm definitely fine with it. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. This thing just hits like a truck, though. Running enough speed to outspeed a Valiant that has no booster. If they're booster, they are a huge issue, though. So, I mean, hopefully they don't bring that, but even if they do, it's all right with me. Knockoff just destroys their team pretty much. And then last up, we got Gliscor rocking a weakness policy Hypercutter set with Endure, Agility, Acrobatics, Earthquake. The idea with this thing is that if I lead it into Kleavor, I can Agility. If they end up like Stone Axing me, that's completely fine. But if they want to like go hard into Ogrepon, like after I knock them out or anything, I can just click Endure and get my weakness policy activated, and then after that, Acrobatics and Earthquake sweeps pretty much their entire team. The Gastrodon might be able to eat hits, but this thing can also just be used later in the game. I should eat 1 Ivy Cudgel from the Ogrepon no matter what with my defense investment, but it's also risky. I should also eat an Ice Punch from Iron Valiant, and an Ice Beam from Goodra will kill me, but I have the Endure at least. And then Earthquake and Acrobatics will destroy everything back. If they end up bringing like no bulky walls, like no Gastrodon, no Alomomola, then this thing has the potential to just sweep off of turn 1. I have Hypercutter so that the Scrafty cannot run Intimidate, and the Salamence can't run Intimidate to stop me. And at +2, I'm going to outspeed an Iron Valiant that's boosted with the booster energy and speed. So I thought this could be a really heat set to bring. If it doesn't work out, then that's really unfortunate, but if it does, then it could honestly 6-0 them depending on the team that they bring. Just thought that it would be really nice to have. So that's about it for this week's Team Builder. I'll see you guys in the battle. Hopefully we can make some work happen. Alright, we're getting connected. Let's see what they're bringing. I have everything up there, even though I don't think that the little two are coming, and I was right. So none of these two. They bring no What do they not have? No Salamence. Okay. And they do have the Goodra. So let me move that guy over. And I mean, that's kind of worst case. I mean, it's not that bad. I think I'm just gonna lead off with the Glamora. If they lead off with Cleavor, I'm in a great spot. If they lead off with like the Ogerpon or Iron Bell, then I'm also in a great spot. I don't really appreciate the Goodra or the Heatran very much, or the Scrafty. But if it's anything else, then I'm in a pretty good spot. Got my Calcs up over here. We'll see what they lead off with. Good luck, have fun. I actually messed up the comp, so this is like 30 minutes after we're supposed to start, but, you know, oh well. I feel a little bit bad for it, but, you know, it will still be a good game no matter what. Let's see what they end off leading with. I have Scarf on this Glamora in case they're Scarf. They lead the Ogerpon. And I lead this thing. We have the Terraria boss kind of theme with our nicknames. Pretty sure that I can just click Sludge Wave versus this thing. If they want to switch out, that's fine. Not risk me being Scarf. They could also just hit me. But there's no way they want to risk me being Sash. I kind of want to double out, predicting them to go out to Heatran. Or even they could go out to Goodra. Yeah. I'm gonna go out to my Girder. This is gonna bluff my Scarf. Well, I mean, they're gonna see that switch first if they end up switching here, which I think they should. The Moonlord here. They Trailblaze. Okay. So I could have just knocked them out that turn. That sucks. I mean, now they don't know that I'm Scarfed, at least. And my Drain Punch looks really, really nice here. Let me see. Into this Ogerpon. They're +1 speed, which sucks for me, but Poison Jab will always 2-hit KO. I can always just Drain Punch as well. Make sure I don't get 2-hit KO'd at all. Even though I shouldn't anyways. Yeah, Drain Punch is really free. They're gonna knock off my Eviolite, which is fine by me. The Drain Punch, get a lot of that health back. That does about what I expected, maybe on the lower end of what I expected it to do. And I think I could go for Jab here, and that might put him into Mach Punch range. So I'm gonna go for that. Yeah, I didn't think that they would switch out that turn. We take a big chunk from that. We get a nice big Poison Jab off, which definitely brings it into Mach Punch range. So that's free Mach Punch by me. I don't care if they want to go out to Iron Valiant here. I don't feel like it's worth that risk for them. Yep, they just give me the Ogre, which is awesome because that thing is a huge threat for my team. So I get First Blood with Girder. They have no clue that I'm Scarf Glamora, which is great. And I really wonder what they go out to here. Yep, this is a Valiant. And on this thing, I have to stay in. There's no booster. But I really, really am scared about like a Calm Mind variant. I mean, this thing is really good still. The fighting moves are pretty free. I just am really scared of them setting up Calm Mind in my face here. They know I have Poison Jab though. You know, I actually think I'm really fine to go out to Bulk. I feel like I'm fine with this. Even if they set up a Calm Mind, it's not the end of the world. I can probably still beat this thing 1v1. They just Moonblast. Awesome. So they do 69 damage. If they are timid, that's a max roll. Which I'm definitely thinking that they could be. I'm going to U-turn out here. I doubt they stay in. Yep. Great, great. Let me calc if that could be Modest. doing 69 damage. It cannot be, so. Okay, they go out to the Gudra. So if I'm in my Girder versus this Gudra, so say like an Assault Vest set, I have no Eviolite, so they can easily kill me. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what I should go out to here. I could just go out into my Meowscarada and click Knock. And if I go like Dark type from the Protean, then the only thing I die to is like a high roll Draco if they're like Modest Max. And I do a bunch with Knockoff. I'm Protected Pad, so they can't Flame Body me. Got Plantera in here. Got all shinies. Didn't want shinies, that's just how it ended up. Just gonna throw off a free knock here. They do withdraw. Okay, who's getting knocked? Maybe the Iron Valiant, maybe the Heatran. Yep, they just go Heatran. And let's calc. That did, I mean, I don't really know. There's Shuckaberry. They're definitely some sort of defensive set. That looks like it's got some physical investment for sure. I could go out into my Gliscor here. I'm a little bit worried about that. How much do they do to Gliscor? Magma Storm does a lot. But we get a really free Earthquake off versus them. So I feel like that's fine. If they want to go out to like the Gudra or something, then, I mean, be my guest. I'm just going to hard switch because I don't want to reveal that in the pads. And I don't really want to risk them being like Scarf or anything either. They just Earth Power, so this is a great play. And I'm going to click Agility this turn. I feel like, I mean, what do they go out to anyways? I feel like this thing being at +2 speed is going to be nice though. Just in case they're like Scarf Valiant or something. I don't think they have a move that can break my weakness policy right now. I just get the Agility off. They Willow, so that's fine. So I'm burned. Which is really unfortunate, but versus the Heatran, I'm still going to do massive amounts of damage. And the Earthquake is completely free here. Unfortunately, my set didn't really pay off, but it is what it is. If they switched out to Gudra there, it would have been really great. Or even going Cleavor would have been nice for me. But I mean, maybe it was just a little bit too much because I should have just Earthquaked. Let's see. They do go out to Cleavor. And I should do at least like, that's a little bit less than I was expecting, to be honest. I wish I was Sword Stance. I mean, they can get up their rocks for free right now. There's not too much I can do about it. But I don't think that this guy has any way to recover. Does Cleavor get Roost? I don't think it does, to be honest, but I'm gonna check. Sorry for the audio cutting in and out, you know. We got 30 seconds. Cleavor, do you get Roost? No, you don't get Roost. So you have no way to recover this health. So I'll take this. I know they probably just Stone Axe. We don't even get to see if they're Scarfed or anything. But the Stone Axe here does a really good chunk into me, actually. But that's about what I'm expecting. I just get another Earthquake off on them. I mean, we have their team chipped down pretty well. Big damage on the Heatran is really nice. They do withdraw. Do they go out to Scrafty maybe? 2011 vibes. That is the Scrafty. Alright, so this should do maybe a fifth. I mean, quarter. They end up being leftovers, it seems. This thing is definitely really scary for me. I mean, they could just set up Dragon Dance. I feel like I could probably go Glamora and get a really hard Sludge Wave off, but it's also really, really good in this game anyways. But this thing's going to be a Terra Captain. I wonder what it's going to tear into. It's definitely not going to like go ground and go for a ground type move this turn. I'm going to go hard out into Glamora. I think that's pretty gutsy, but it also could get a Talk to Spike up on their side, which would be nice. Depends on what they go for here. They're going to Terra. No, they just bulk up. Okay. +1/+1. Versus my Glamora. And Sludge Wave should be a 2-hit KO'd. I'm worried about them being Terra Steel here, but they already have 2 other Steel types on their team. I feel like that would be a throw. And if they do end up being Terra Steel, then my Glamora does massive damage with Earth Power the next time. So I can definitely beat this thing. I can also beat it with Volcarona, I think, at that point. They do Terra. Let's see what it's into. They're Terra Poison. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, that does suck. So I just Sludge Wave into them. And it does nothing. Wow. They Drain Punch me. And get a nasty crit, too. Yeah, this thing's a huge issue. I don't think that they're adamant, though. Yeah. They might be Jolly or something similar. I think I'm going to sack off Gliscor here. And then Cryogonal, even when I Terra Ground, I get bodied, but I get a huge chunk of damage off with Terra Blast Ground. Terra Blast Ground from Cryo, if they're not invested, which I think they probably are, but if they're not invested, it's going to do 83.3 to 99. So I feel like that damage is pretty nice here. So Terra, and just go for the Terra Blast. And maybe I'll get a crit to, you know, get some revenge for that crit they got on my Glamora. That would be really nice. Even if they're like, I don't think they're 252 HP, but even if they have a good amount of special defensive bulk, like we should be doing 3/4. They're going to get a decent amount of health back, though, from the Drain Punch. But they don't know what type we are. We could easily be Ghost. Alright, I'm going to take Gliscor off the layout here. Always forget about that. Get out of here. And yeah, I mean, we're in a really tough spot here, but I feel like the combination of this thing, Glamora and Volcarona, should be okay. So I do go Terra Ground, get a huge Terra Blast off. Let's see just how much it does. It does just 50. Wow, they are very, very bulky. They kill me with a knockoff, but I mean, we learn a lot there. Like, they're insanely bulky in the special side. That's actually crazy. And now I'm in a tough spot because Earth Power is not going to kill. Volcarona. I can probably die to knock. Yeah, I mean, this is bad news for us. And we still have to make sure that we have the pieces to win in the end game. Scrafty. He does get Rock Slide. So that would be really nasty. How much does Meowscarada do? I mean, a triple axle is doing decent damage, but nothing too much. I think I gotta go Volcarona and just get some damage off the flamethrower. I think I can win this game with Glamora potentially. I might also just be able to outlast this thing if it's not Rock Move. Also, Burn would be incredibly nice. They're just Knock. Okay, we live that. And at this point, I don't know if I want to, if I want a Morning Sun. Right now, it's a roll for this Knock to kill if I have the right set in there. And it's also probably a roll for Flamethrower to kill. But if Flamethrower doesn't kill, it's not the biggest deal. I'm going to remove Cryogonal from this layout. They do withdraw. Okay, that's fine. And they go out to that Heatran. Yeah, which is really annoying. So they do have Flash Fire. But I can freely Morning Sun, I think. I mean, if they kill me, they kill me. I'm no speed, so they'll probably outspeed me. But we have this Scrafty really, really low. Their whole team really just gets swept. That's an interesting play. That's a really, really interesting play. No way I was going to preserve this thing. I mean, I guess they're getting rid of the Toxic Spikes. That's fair. But I get my HP back. And they definitely can't kill me now. And it's just, like, free for me to Flamethrower. No reason to predict. Actually, yeah, there is pretty good reason for me to predict. But if I predict wrong, I could easily lose a Mon. But I think it's worth it. Yep, they do withdraw. Yep, into this thing. Okay, how many switch-ins does my Glamora have? I think I'm at 88. I have enough. And I just get a kill with Earth Power here. Yeah, and we have another switch in. So we just Earth Power here. There goes Heatran. Alright. I mean, the only issue is now that our like boots are knocked off, we're gonna get destroyed on Volcarona. But that's okay. What do they go out to here? I'm really curious. They go out to the Goodra. I mean, that all but confirms, like, they gotta be Assault Vest. I think my play is to go out into the Girder, probably just sack it off. Ready for that thing to die. It did its work at the beginning of the game. I mean, I should have just won with Glamora at the beginning, but it's chill. And they Ice Beam. That should take me out. It actually doesn't. So I can get a heavy Mach Punch here. And they don't even have a good switch in. They do switch. They probably go Iron Ball. No. Interesting. I mean, they get another round of leftovers, I guess. I knock off here in case they try to bulk up or something. They just Drain Punch. Yeah. Unfortunate for me. I do think that Volcarona can come in here, though. Even after rocks, I should be able to live a knockoff from this guy. Yeah. I've got no item. I should live this. And I'm pretty sure it's in my best interest to just Flamethrower. They do withdraw. What out into? Okay, they go out to the Goodra again. I really want to see if this thing is AV. It is. Okay. Yeah. Easily AV. I just Morning Sun here. No point not to. They rockin' Rock Slide. Okay. Doesn't actually kill though. So I can get another Flamethrower off. Yeah, and I'm in a really, really bad spot. I actually live that. Oh, but it freezes. I think Flamethrower will thaw me, though, which is fine. But Volcarona is going to go down here. Oh, no, I do not thaw. Okay, goodbye, Volcarona. Now, I mean, this Goodra's really chipped. Meowscarada can do a lot of damage with a triple axle. So I'm gonna go for that. I actually do also live in Ice Beam. Is triple axle my best play, or should I just knock off for the guaranteed damage? I think knockoff is actually better. They do withdraw. Okay, okay. And they sack this, which is actually really nice for me. It would have been really nice for me to like click U-turn or something. I guess I can this turn though. So now I get to go Glamora. Goodbye, Scrafty. I'm actually not in a bad spot here. I think it's mind gamey at best. They probably just win the game by going out to Goodra though. Live those rocks. Wonder what they choose to go out from here. They do go out Goodra. Yep. Good play by them. And I'm going to get a good chunk of chip right here, but it's not going to kill. Yeah, that puts it in range of the triple axle at least. But I don't think that I'm living a hit on Meowscarada from that Iron Ball. Yeah, Moonblast just destroys me. Like, it blows me back. So, I mean, they might just not be Scarfed, and I might be able to kill them with triple axle. But I don't think that they're damaged at all. So I just go for triple axle. Change into the ice type. Do hit all three and take them out. Okay. That's nice for me, at least. And, I mean, Iron Valiant, I do think that they should live this all the time, unless I get a huge crit on them. Yeah, I mean, I would need a huge crit. They don't show to be scarfed. I just hit twice. Don't even get the third hit. And they agility. Okay. Just gotta show off the set, I guess. That's pretty sick. Let me hit you again. They CC. Alright. And they take me out. So, we're gonna take a 2-0 loss here. It was a close game. I mean, I definitely could have played better. The Scrafty was really what did me in. A good game to our opponents. Yeah, the Scrafty really got me. Wasn't expecting a Terra Poison. I guess it makes sense for like the Toxic Spikes. I do think the Scarf on Glamora kind of bit us in the butt there. If I had just clicked Sludge Wave turn 1, then we would have been in such a good spot. Full health everything. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unfortunate to see that. I should have just went with my gut and gone for it turn 1. But I didn't. Yeah, I mean, that frustrates me, but it's okay. You know, we learn for next time. I wasn't expecting them to be, like, completely specially defensive on that Scrafty. You know, Cryogonal didn't get to put in any work. I was hoping it would be able to. But they had cool stuff. I mean, the Mix Attacker Agility set on the Iron Val was definitely interesting. If I was able to beat the Goodra earlier, then I would have been able to sweep with the Sludge Wave. I'm pretty sure it does enough to cleave ore. It was at like 50% or something. It doesn't. So I mean, you know, it is what it is. We still played a great game. Our opponents played a great game, and we just came out on the losing side. So hopefully we can bounce back next week. That's all for me today. I'll see you guys in next week's battle. Peace out.